But reality hits and Linda walks in on him and oh.
Gary! I was just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
Before we begin, if you want to see music bios or more good videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Also, I've started a Patreon account. On here you get more copyrighted material and they'll be uploaded 48 hours prior to YouTube. If you want to support or visit, link is in the description. And without further ado, on to our feature presentation. Literally, the first second of this movie, we get hit in the face with We Got the Beat by the Go-Go's as the film kicks off at the Ridgemont Mall. Starting off with Mike. Mike is a ticket scalper who tries to rip off two young boys into getting Van Halen tickets. We also meet Mark, aka Rat. He works at the movie theater, but he hates his job as the action's by the food court.
What's the matter? You look depressed.
I hate working the theater. All the action's on the other side of the mall.
Over there, on the other side, at Perry's Pizza, we meet Stacy, a freshman who's a first-time worker and befriends Linda. They spot a cute guy and Linda urges Stacy to talk to him. Stacy lies about her being 19 and the guy himself is 26.
You look like you could still be in high school.
Yeah, no, everybody says that.
How old are you?
19. How old are you?
26.
Meanwhile, outside of the mall, we meet Stacy's brother Brad. He works at an all-American burger, but at the burger joint, we also meet Jeff Spicoli, a stoner and slacker who likes to arrive in public establishments shirtless. Brad, being one of the best employees there, orders Spicoli and his friends to put on their shirts.
You see that sign? No shirt, no shoes, no dives.
Right. Learn it.
After their shift ends, Linda tells Stacy about her sexual experiences, but it's possibly capped. But we finally arrived at Ridgemont High. Mike runs into Charles Jefferson, and Mike lies about his affiliation with Charles.
See that car? Some alumni gave Jefferson that car for playing football when he was a sophomore. Helped him pick it up.
Slick car.
We go way back, you know.
In Mr. Hand's history class, Jeff Spicoli arrives late and Mr. Hand gives him a hard time.
Hey, bud, what's your problem? No problem at all. I think you know where the front office is.
At lunch, Stacy links up with Linda and Linda gives her a lesson on water fountain drinking. And I don't know how much or if I could post what occurred on this channel. But at biology class, Rat catches an eye for Stacy and he gets the googly-eyed effect. Rat goes to his friend, Swindler Mike, and he gives him advice on talking to girls. But Rat isn't even on Stacy's radar as she's going to meet up with the much older guy she flirted with at Perry's Pizza to the tune of She's Somebody's Baby. They go to the baseball dugout and hang out, but hanging out turned into Stacy losing her virginity. Brad is taking care of his Buick that he's nearly paid off. Stacy also arrives home to the roses sent by the older guy, and she goes to her brother to rid the roses, and we never see the older guy again. Mr. Hand is disappointed that mostly everyone in his weekly quiz failed. He tries to locate Spicoli, but he winds up skipping class, but when he finally shows up, Mr. Hand asks him about his frequent tardiness, and he says, I don't know, leaving Mr. Hand to humiliate him yet again. Back at the mall, Rat finally found some strength to talk to Stacy, but he winds up blushing, but he got the digits nonetheless. Brad's time working at All-American Burger comes to an end when he argues with a business customer over his breakfast plate.
It says 100% guaranteed, you moron.
Mister, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna kick 100% of your ass.
Before Rat's big date with Stacy, Mike gives him some pointers on what women like and what to do for the date. But the date comes and Rat forgets his wallet. He calls Mike in for the save and retrieves his wallet. After the date, Stacy invites Rat in and they're about to go in for the game-winning touchdown. But Rat fumbled the ball at the goal line and leaves due to nervousness. Stacy assumes that Rat isn't into her when it was just him getting the jitters. Spicoli, meanwhile, is driving Charles Jefferson's Camaro with Charles's brother, and unsurprisingly, they wreck the car. So they come up with a plan, and the plan is to trash the car even further and vandalize Lincoln ahead of the big football game to fuel Jefferson's fire. The plan worked better than expected as Ridgemont shuts out Lincoln 42-0. Brad bounced back with a new job as a waiter at a pirate-themed restaurant, and this leaves us with the pool scene. After Brad gets off with his shift, he goes into the bathroom and spots Linda and he fantasizes about her, and we get one of the top 10 greatest scenes in cinema history. A scene that transformed a lot of boys into men, and a scene that I obviously can't show on YouTube. But in the bathroom, Brad is doing that one thing Rocky did in the freezer in that one movie, but reality hits and Linda walks in on him and oh.
Gary! I was just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
Back with Mr. Hand's class, Spicoli interrupts the class yet again when he orders pizza. Spicoli then states that it's his time in class as well, in which he's not wrong. Mr. Hand says he's right, and since it's also his time, he invites a few class members to eat Spicoli's pizza. And honestly, this would make me livid. Mike then spots Stacy and she starts to get the hots for him. She invites him to the pool room. As they get changed into their swimwear, it leads them to, well... Wait a minute, wrong channel. Mike only lasted 0.4 of a nanosecond and he storms off in initial embarrassment, but the next day, he feels like the man. Brad is feeling a bit embarrassed over his uniform, and while doing a delivery, he decides to save face and quit his job. Then Stacy confronts Mike, telling her that she's pregnant. They mention the A word. Mike then tries to scramble money to get her the A word, but Stacy believed Mike was not going to take her to the clinic, so she asks her brother to take her to the bowling alley, but he catches her detouring for the clinic and gets the A word.
So when do you go bowling anyway?
Okay, Brad, please don't tell Mom and Dad.
Come on. Who did it? You're not gonna tell me, right?
After this, she calls Linda, and she's pissed that Mike bailed on her in a time of need, so Linda vandalized Mike's car and locker with the word prick. Rat finds out about the encounter with Stacy and they nearly get into a fight until their gym teacher breaks it up. The biology class, with the addition of Jeff Spicoli, takes a field trip to the hospital, but the field trip gets too real for Stacy after realizing what she went through. It's the end of the school year. Spicoli gets a visit from Mr. Hand. He tells him that he's blowing his potential and they go through a lengthy lesson to make up for the time he missed and wasted. All this where the final dance of the school year occurs. Y'all still have school dances? Linda is distraught that she got a breakup letter from her college-bound boyfriend. Stacy comes to the conclusion that she wants a relationship instead of these quick flings. So she talks to Rat and they rekindle their relationship. Brad now works at a mini-mart and Spicoli walks in to use the bathroom. But while he's doing number one, a robber comes in and tries to rob the place. When Spicoli asks for paper towels, that 1 second distracts the robber just enough time for Brad to defuse the situation. We now get epilogues on the main cast. Thanks to his heroics, Brad is now the manager of the mini mart, just enough for him to pay off his Buick. Mike got busted for scalping Ozzy Osbourne tickets and now works at a 7-Eleven. Linda went to college but hooked up with her abnormal psych professor. Rat and Stacy are now lovers that haven't reached home plate, but it's nice to see them take things slow. Mr. Hand thinks everyone's on dope, and Spicoli saved Brooke Shields from drowning. Got a handsome reward that he blew when he booked Van Halen to perform at his birthday party. This was a movie, and to be honest, it's kinda all over the place. But let's get into some thoughts, and let's start off with Brad. He seems like an easy guy trying to hold down random jobs, but eventually found one that stuck. Scalper Mike. I did not like this guy. Something about him just gave me the ick. Was it his lack of accountability? Likely. But let's move on to Linda. Linda was very sex-craved, claimed to have an upperclassman boyfriend, and she said she did it and he lasted pretty long. But my question for her was she all cap? She made it believable about her sexual experience in relationships, but I don't know. I think it was just cap. I think most of what she said was not true. Spicoli was the stereotypical slacker, showed up late to class, and just want to smoke weed every day. He has potential, but when he does with it, it's concerning. Like, he could have set himself up for success, but he ends up blowing it on Van Halen performing at his birthday party. And finally, Stacy. She was naive when it came to men and relationships. She wanted to experience sex thanks to Linda's tall tales. When she finally tried it, it nearly cost her everything. and after the mic incident, she realized she needs to slow down. But overall, I feel like every high schooler needs to see this film. There are many important lessons you can learn from this movie. No wonder this movie is in the Library of Congress, so if you haven't seen this movie, go check it out. It's worth watching. And that concludes the Fast Time at Ridgemont High movie recap. Tell me what y'all think in the comments below. Please hype, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.